Anthony, are you on a fucking beach during a storm right now?
That's what you were. That's why you wanted to start recording.
Yeah,
That's
I just
what
wanted to start
say.
something. It's loud.
He said, "Fuck it, we'll do it live."
We'll do it live.
This umbrella's like going wrong side out.
I'm Karen Smith, and there's a 60% chance that it's already raining.
The stop sign flies by and smacks him.
Yeah.
I thought you would like thought up something really, really intelligent and smart.
Okay.
Bitch, you
fucking lay off. Voicemail. Which we
Do
don't
we have.
We're the plastics of podcasting. First, you have Joe. He's the guy who can quote SNL better than their own cast. Weirdly good at naming random station wagons by looking at their tires. And once made a stranger cry at brunch just by raising an eyebrow. Anthony, think Regina George if she were gay, southern, and unrealistically tall. He will compliment your outfit and ruin your life in the same sentence. And me, I'm Jay. I'm the one your therapist warned you about. Equal parts charm and chaos with a PhD in mispronouncing words. And together, we're your hosts of Beards and Sundries.
Lady
You know what?
in red.
Anthony's choking on something right now that's not dick for once. Welcome
Yes,
back.
it is. You should subscribe.
Welcome back to episode... Season 7, episode 7 of Beards and Sundries.
Oh, Jay, you're my favorite knock knock.
Finger bang.
Keep going.
Jesus, fuck.
That's right, guys. It's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry in each episode.
My name
is Jay, and we're in a faggy little shirt. I feel better now.
My name is Jay, and I'm not the super fucking loud cougher at work that won't cover their goddamn mouth.
It's topical.
I hope you wrote that before I started choking.
I didn't.
Oh, damn. I was hoping it was just like really coincidental.
I was making it up off the spot, but...
He just coughed it up.
So, Anthony, hello.
I'm
are
Anthony.
Who are you?
I'm Anthony. I'm Anthony. And if you take a shit at work and don't wash your hands before you leave the bathroom, I'm going to assume that you didn't wipe your gross, shitty asshole. And that was also made up on the spot for Jay because he did that right before we started.
His peanut butter's crunchy.
Hey, my camera does not face that way in my living room,
You
so
took
you
it
would never
purposely
know.
into the bathroom with you.
You're taking a shit in the living room?
You just like you see me just drag my camera, the cord's going across the house. I'm like, look, guys, no hands.
It's you with your whole entire Mac book or Mac, and you're just like taking the whole thing.
I think he's
Hey,
got the giant
guys,
Magnavox
take it back to
camcorder.
with me.
Well, I'm Joe, and I microwaved salmon in the break room.
Oh, fuck you. With
That's why I have my
Brussels.
own microwave.
And that means that today's sundry items are annoying coworkers.
And
Weirdos.
rainstorms during recordings.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
If my audio sounds weird, it's because the mastery is probably going to work a lot of this out, but also work out a lot of what I sound like too.
It's just like wow, 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 wow. Beardos, it's time for a mandatory training course. Some of those pretty little idiots that we share a workspace with have been committing offenses that have gone on for way too long. And they need to be called out. Today, we're going to air some grievances and think of ways to deal with those pesky fellow humans that take up our space. After the break, we're going to brainstorm some fun ideas in the style of Season 6. You'll want to hire us for sure. Later on, we've got some Beardo-submitted sundries that are worthy of Employee of the Month. And then for game time, Anthony has a fun game from Reddit that we are going to weigh in on. But before we make sure everyone is washing their hands before returning to work, how about this week's lack of a voicemail? This is not your backup voicemail.
This is not your backup voicemail.
This is your front-up voicemail. So,
Yeah, that's
I
it.
say-
you know, the phone number
say-
is 405-999-2242.
I say we recycle Michael's voicemail from a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
I like that one.
That is cute.
What, the one with the
Yeah.
farm ambiance or the one where
well,
he...
there's no farm ambiance in that one. It's the one where he sounds very proper.
Cue
Very
voicemail.
prim. Very posh.
Yeah, Posh. That's what I want to
Yeah.
use.
Gosh. Oh, is that a Spice Girl still?
It is. I don't know about still. Forever. Yes.
I was like, I don't remember which one like officially left.
I always just know Baby Spice because of her whole thing.
I always knew Ginger because Ginger, for some reason, I loved Ginger so much, and I'm still
You
not.
identify with Ginger.
Yeah, I'm still not understanding because she's older.
You're on to something.
Yeah. Yeah. Something.
I think I
something
heard
geriatric.
that Jerry Halliwell also shat her pants a lot, so...
Jerry Hattrick Hallowell. I thought that'd be a good drag name. Jerry Hattrick.
Let's go to break.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so if we said we didn't have a voicemail, but we did actually play Michael's voicemail at the beginning of this, it's because, in retrospect, we thought it was a good idea. And if we didn't do that, then we didn't do that.
So if you're confused, so are we, because we don't know what we'll do at editing time, because we always procrastinate to the last minute and have all these really good ideas, and then suddenly we're just like, can't do it.
Hey, quit
That
breaking the
is so
fourth wall,
fucking
bitch.
true.
Or then, like this
God.
last week, I'm like editing it while at a pool with my friends because we'd already planned this little thing, and
That's
so I
so
was
good.
trying to like upload it really fast and realized that I'd grab the old episode.
We were supposed to go to a pool party on Saturday, and I was like kind of on the fence about it, and then I was just
Yeah.
like, I was so busy during the week, I was like, well,
Well,
Not
and then
doing
the way
that.
the way our day unfolded, there were a couple things that were taking place around the same time, so they wouldn't have worked anyway. So the pool party just got on the chopping block and got chopped.
Yeah.
On Saturday, we went to a drag brunch here in Tulsa at a Lotte Cafe and Catering downtown. It was at 11 a.m. and it was fantastic. The performers were
yeah.
great. One of them was on roller skates and did a somersault, and I was like, Jesus Christ. The food was great and it was cheap. I got salmon tacos and they were $11.99, two of them with two sides. It was great deal. We got a
and he
picture from
microwaved them in the
Mimosas.
share break room microwave.
Yeah, microwave them. We had a table with my coworker and his friend that he works at a bar with, so that was a lot of fun. It was her first drag brunch, so she loved it. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good one too. Yeah. Oh my god, I got enchiladas. I got those fucking enchiladas, and they were like $11.99 for those two enchiladas and the sides, and they were so good.
I was shocked at how cheap the food was. It was great food too. And
Yeah.
then later, around like 4, I went over to the bar where we're actually performing our drag show. This will be yesterday, actually, when this episode comes out.
I love
we went over
the
there and we toured the
ambiance.
space. Oh, the ambiance is great. So we toured the space, and then I went over and had another drag rehearsal, actually, a run-through of all of our acts at a dance studio here in town at 8. And then I went home because I was tired. But it was a great day. Fantastic.
It's like sounds like you had a good weekend in general.
It was really fun. Yeah, yesterday we went to a cookout that was being held by the leather community at our gay bar here in Tulsa. Fantastic food, great burger. And then we got to hang out with a new friend and have some really great conversation and make some plans for the future. And it was just lovely. Wonderful day. Wonderful way to end the week.
Fun.
And I got complimented on my working out, so I'm enjoying receiving compliments.
Boo, I don't care. No,
on
I'm
working
kidding.
out. No, shut up! I'm liking it.
No, I'm proud of you.
My aunt was like, "You
very.
look like you've been doing steroids," and I was like, "I haven't." So I'm going to take that as a compliment.
You should be like, hey, my balls are still huge.
And there's two.
And I got both of them. They're both intact. And she's like, "I don't know why you brought that up. Somebody out there knows why."
They're big, grandmama. They're huge testicles.
My, what big testicles you have.
All the better to teabag you with.
Bill.
But Anthony, I get it. I was complimented at the bar multiple times this weekend too, and I'm like, and I wasn't even in a tank or anything.
I was
That's
wearing
why.
this tank top,
I'm
and
just
one of our
kidding.
friends came up to like hug me, and he goes, "You've been working out," and he grabbed my shoulders. He's like, "You've been working out." I was like, "Yeah, bitch."
Some random guy was like trying to, I don't really know what he was trying to do, assault me in some sense, I think, in a flirty way, which I'm not that accepting of. But whatever he did, he hit my stomach just right, and he goes, "Oh my God," and he like poked it, and he goes, "You have a lot of muscle," and I was like,
You went like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
when really, like, I was like, oh, and then like I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh my God, there really is a lot of fucking muscle under that fat there. We're getting there.
You know what you should have done as a power play, as like something to really mess him up? You should have been like, yeah, I got a can of biscuits down there too, baby.
Just drop kick him.
Boom, boom, boom.
But then there was another moment where one of my friends, to be fair, he's like 24 and very thin, but he like grabbed my arm. He was trying to like push it up to get me to raise my hand when a drag queen was asking something. And I was just like holding my arm. And then all of a sudden he goes, I'm literally using all of my strength. And I was like, really?
Shut up.
And then so he was like trying to pull my arm down and I'm just holding it up. And I was like, oh my God.
That would have been one of those moments. I would have been like,
so buff.
you should have just been like, you're 12.
You should have been like, money please.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Oh
my God.
It was a good weekend for my self-esteem, I would say.
I've got to say, Jay, you're becoming quite the social butterfly, and I love that for you.
I'm not sure how much I love it, but I'm trying to be better.
I'm
good
doing
response.
better. I know that. Sometimes kicking and screaming, but I'm doing it.
This was my
doing
first. This was my first time forever out in a bar where I suddenly like recognized and knew several people that were out, and so it was weird being like, "Oh my God, hi! Oh my God,
It's
hi!"
nice, isn't it?
And I'm like, "Who the fuck am I? I never know people." So I think it was just kind of a random night that worked out. But
I love that. Like when I go to the bar with like maybe one other person, or I don't know who else going to be there, and then I walk in and there's like 12 people that I know, and I'm just like, hey, it's like Norm and Faggot.
to top it off, I pulled the best accidental stunt. I forgot my wallet. And so we got in, and I looked at my friends. I was like, oh, guys, I need to go home and get my wallet. And they're like, no, just come in. And I was like, fuck you. You're all buying my drinks. And the worst part about it was everyone wasn't communicating, and so they just kept bringing me high
like
noons.
sangrias on a
And
Carnival
so, like,
cruise
at
ship.
one point, I just had, like, 2 high noons, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And that is the night the lights came on at the bar, and I was like, what?
The night
And
the lights went out.
in Armenia.
I can't believe we haven't heard anything about that yet.
I think
know it
that's
just
the
came
one
out
thing I'm
yesterday.
still waiting to hear back about.
I did get a private message about it.
Oh, yes.
I had
Who
my
was it
gay
from?
card revoked, and I was just like, hold on.
Okay, wait. We might want to save
it
that
for-
for
is it for
listener
Sundries?
content. Let's save it
we
for.
could. Yeah, we could. Okay.
Because I do want to hear about
Fuck
it.
off. I'll tell you about it later.
She's in true fashion tonight, girls. Those high noons are good, though.
I do love a high noon. Speaking of, have you tried the Welch's ones?
No, but I want
I've
to.
been seeing them. I saw somebody drinking a can of one of those at a pool party the other day, and I was like,
We're
"Are they
just doing
drinking
all the childhood
fruit
drinks, aren't we?
I was like, "Are they just drinking fruit juice?" And like, I don't care because I'm more power to you if you're going to a gay function and you're staying sober. That takes a lot of work.
I need you
I'll
to
slam
know.
down a
But
cranberry.
but then I was like, that's not just juice. That's alcohol juice.
They are delicious.
Why, do you want a little bit?
They are absolutely delicious.
Really?
There's no nutrition thing on the can because I think they put it on the box, and so I had to look
Yeah,
it up,
probably.
and they're like roughly 220 calories a can.
Whoa, that's a lot of sugar.
And I was like, yikes! So I had 3.
So I bet they're delicious.
I am
I had a fruit
certain
salad.
that would make me throw up.
Oh, yeah. I basically just will have 1 or 2 at most. I'm like, I have to switch to like beer now because I'm gonna get
Yeah.
sick.
Too sugary. That is the one way to get me to throw up and feel awful. And
Are you
hungover the next
saying
day.
that my BGB,
BGB.
buckets used to make you sick?
Yes,
I can't
you
tell
were
how many
there.
house par- Just so many fucking house parties I went to with that thing
Ugh.
where people are vomiting by the end of it.
Yeah,
My supervisor at work today is off tomorrow. It's his weekend the next 2 days, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go home, and my wife got me some Four Locos," and it made me think of like the original Four Locos. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
Do you
they'll
remember
be
when?
good, but not that good.
Do you remember when we always put ourselves near death?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I one time we were drinking Four Locos at a friend's house, and this is whenever they had that apartment. Joe, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay. And right near their apartment, there is this water tower on the Oklahoma State campus.
But it's
And
in
we
like
were
an
walking
open
outs-
field.
It is. And we were on our way to this water tower to climb this water tower because we were drunk on Four
Because we were
Locos.
fucked up on Four Locos.
And as we were on our way to the water tower, to climb the water tower, a campus cop pulls up. And you're not supposed to have open carry, right? So we're like with our drinks and stuff. So like we're literally
Yeah,
scrambling
just
to
like
figure out
this.
what to do
And
with these
cans.
things.
Yeah.
And like I'm like hiding one of my drinks like by my leg and shit. And, like this cop comes out and he's like, "Hey guys, what are you up to tonight?" And oh, we're just walking around, you
Just
know,
drugs.
yeah,
Hard drugs. Like, you know, certain
doing crack.
death.
yeah,
Doing a bump
we're
of
out
all
to-
fruit.
We're going out to this field to have gay sex.
Not the all fruit.
The all fruit. I forgot
Just
about the all
little
fruit.
spoon.
The big spoon.
Is
the
that
little
all fruit?
Measure.
Hands up.
But the cop is like, oh, well, good. We had people try to go up there and climb that water tower, and I hope you guys weren't planning on heading over there. And I was like, how did he know?
He was like, Ossifer.
He's like,
no.
he's like sitting there just watching every day, and he goes, a stupid bunch of drunks going to the water tower.
We
again."
weren't even that close to it yet. I'm just imagining he's probably like, he left.
They're
He was like,
about to do
finally,
it.
we walked away and he broke open a 4-load. He's like, finally, I can climb that fucking water tower.
I don't want them doing it because I'm going.
I'm gonna do it.
Wow! Jenny!
Jenny!
Jenny.
And Beardos, these were the pre-recall 4 Locos. These were the ones that
Yeah.
would get you.
This is when it
Yeah.
was like cocaine in a can.
They would kill you.
They would kill you.
I remember when they
would
announced
do
that they were discontinuing them, and I went to the liquor store, and you would think that it was the end of the world, the way people were running around. I had a case of watermelon once, because it was the only one I could find, and I was like holding it like it was a newborn baby. I was like, get away from me! These are my watermelons."
alone.
They were our go-to like weekend drinks, and because they were huge, and they would fuck you
I
up.
needed like 2 of them. Yeah, it was great.
Two of them to die?
They were like the double specials at Stonewall that we used to get all the time. Oh man, R.I.P.
Anyway, coworkers, am I right?
I was like, Anthony, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Your intro inspired by not me, because I do wash my hands.
But I could also ask if you could find some.
Yeah, is wiping it on your shirt washing your hands?
But I also
When that
probably
shirt
should.
holds all your sweat, you just use it as a sink.
I should probably ask Joe if I could find a sign that says "Employees must wash
Oh,
hands" in
yeah.
the sundries aisle.
I can only imagine what the sign says at Beards and Sundries in the bathroom. But if you guys are new to
Employees
the
should wash hands if they feel like it.
employees do whatever you want. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an old English word meaning odds and ends. Today, it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as 3 very annoyed gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
I imagine in our bathroom you walk in, there's a sign that says, it's no more than 3 for your bathroom stall hookup.
I think they have one at the Tulsa Eagle.
For your bathroom stall. It's a sign over the like child changing table. It's like child changing table is not for changing children. Child changing table is for sex.
It's very reinforced.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of sawhorses with a 2x4.
Yes. It's a
All right,
sling.
kids, get to work. It's a sling.
Our bathroom's like one of those pornos from the 2000s where it's just like the old dirty tile and
doors.
the hanging lights, and it's supposed to be like this grunge room.
The
Yes.
guy's standing like 3 feet away from the urinal while peeing with his penis out, and it's just, like and all the old Falcon movies like that.
And like,
And
as
it's one of
someone's-
those dicks that's always big, so it's just like hanging off of him, like he's having to hold it out with his arm like this. And
it's a
draped
$5
across
foot
his
long.
forearm.
Or it's motion censored, so when you're peeing, they'll be like, "Hey, I've never seen a dick that big before," and then all of a sudden, like the creepy music comes on from the old 2000s porn, and what? What's that other one? My dad taught me what a big dick was, and I was like, "What? Wait, huh?"
Huh? Wait a second.
We need to go to therapy.
We're not,
Go to
we're,
therapy.
not, we're not into incest. All right, move on. Unless it's
Spray
Step
bottle.
Brothers.
A spray bottle. Hey. Anyway,
Did
local
you
park
say
bathroom.
unless it's Step Brothers, or did you say unless it's Straight Brothers?
I said Step Brothers, but
Oh, sorry. It's
He
really
said-
hard to
he
hear
said
because
check
there's a lot of
hunters.
rain happening.
so, I was like, Anthony can't hear shit because he's right now in the middle of a tsunami. So anyway,
He said bait bus, I think, actually.
bait. Oh my god.
Oh, I used to
Bus.
love the bait bus.
So
Oh
did
yeah,
I.
they'd find the gayest guy to get a fake blowjob from the girl for 3 seconds.
Never slept with a man
Man.
Come on, we'll just give you some money after it's over. Come on, man.
think I
Just
can-
do
money,
it.
please.
Money, please.
I don't think I can put that in my butt. And then like 5 minutes later, it just goes whoop. No.
Jay, please say butt like that again.
Butt.
Absolutely not.
It reminds me back of that commercial, The Inner Circle I made forever. We predict
Oh my
the
God,
weather
yes.
with our butt.
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 Trying to get some butt.
Trying to get some butt. with Cujo living in his basement.
Antonio Banderas over there trying to get some butt.
Back to my question that's like 20 minutes late. Anthony, what was inspiring your intro today?
Oh, yeah. So I was at the bathroom today at work, minding my own business. When
Not
this
wiping his
person
butt.
walks in, I always wipe my
He just
butt
he wipes
and
the
wash
front
my
butt.
hands. I wipe back to front like a psycho. No.
I wipe side to side like Ariana
That
Grande.
joke.
I wipe side to side like Ariana Grande.
You would think some people in there do that. The way
I
they
just go
leave
stand under that hand
Anyways.
dryer.
Hand blower.
the hand dry.
Spread my cheeks and hope it dries and blows it out.
We're going to do a game one day where it's rapid fire and we make Jay name things on the spot.
Oh, fuck no.
Yes. I love that idea.
This
The
I love
Pokemon
that
game
mask.
was great.
I know. I was like, I kind of do, actually, where I'm like,
Anyways, I'm sitting on the toilet, minding my own business. I hear somebody walk into the bathroom and go into the stall that's like 2 down from me. They go in there, and I swear to God, you guys, it was, I hear the seat go down, I hear their pants go down, I hear them sit down, and then I hear... And it just keeps going.
Was that your
And I'm
stomach?
Keep going. Do it for like 10 more seconds. That's really
oh,
good.
God. Hang on, I gotta see if I can read up to...
sounds like Duffy Duck trying to talk.
A little bit, yeah. And so...
Oh my God. I've heard poops exactly like that. And it's haunting. How
Yeah, it's
20
an
minutes
authentic
ago.
recreation, is what this is. I'm being true to form. I'm
Wow,
giving you
okay.
right now. So, anyways, I hear them take this insane shit, and I'm just thinking, like, whoa, been there, brother.
deep in the trenches. Am I right?
And then I hear them get up, unlock the door. I'm not sure if the automatic toilet flushed still to this like hour of this day.
I
I'm
think
not
it was too
certain.
traumatized.
And they just walk out of the bathroom. They don't wash their hands. And I'm like, whoa, I've been there, brother, and I know what those shits are like. If you wiped your ass, you need to go clean your goddamn hands.
He painted the bowl and then hopefully it got washed away.
It was just, and it happens way more often at that building than it should. I hear people go in there, shit, and then they don't wash their hands and they leave, and I'm just like, whoa.
Either
See-
you guys have a serious case of non-hand washers, or you're just very, very involved in the bathroom.
It was a serious case of the Mondays, that's for sure.
Pretty sure we have a serious case of non-hand washers because... anyways,
This presents
that's what
a
inspired
really-
this.
This presents a really great argument for gender-neutral bathrooms because if it was one, it would be fun to try and guess if that was male or female.
Ooh, yeah.
So
Because I've heard that some experiences are universal.
I was like,
That's
at,
that's an NB shit if I ever heard one.
at my last job on one of my floors, it was mostly all men who were in drilling, which is kind of a rougher crowd. They also had food delivered to them every day from
Rougher crowd.
No, it's rough. They're a lot more aggressively rough. But so the bathroom was always disgusting and smelled you couldn't go in there without somebody shitting. Like I was always just like, I just want to pee in, peace sometimes, and it's just shitting. Anyways, then we moved floors and it was way more women on that floor, so the men's bathroom was always really quiet, but I would like listen to the women bitch about how disgusting their bathroom was and how they're like, there's a splatter on the wall that's been there for months that I don't know what.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, even in my bathroom I didn't see that.
Speaking of, apparently where I work has a perennial issue with someone they call the Booger Bandit.
Oh no. I've heard about
Oh my
you.
God.
I think you've talked about this. Where they
I'm
wipe it
pretty
on the
sure I
walls.
have, but they came back for a little while and were putting, and it's to the point that they have to like freeze
Get a
and scrape
chisel.
these things off. Like, yeah.
I feel what's annoying about that is you could literally just go, and then
On
just
toilet
stick
paper.
it on a one.
It's on
Piece
purpose.
of
Like,
toilet
it is
paper?
very clearly on purpose that
I
they're doing
mean,
this, apparently.
I worked with a guy that got mad that he didn't get the promotion he wanted
Well-
and started peeing around the urinal, which
Who's that punishing?
that it annoyed me because I was like, you're punishing the people that have to clean the restroom.
Yeah.
Nobody.
who's
Yeah.
punishing?
You're not benefiting anyone. You're stupid. That's
You're
why you didn't
doing
get
what
promoted.
Americans do and blame all of your problems on people who are not causing them versus the rich people who are causing them.
He was a person that Do you ever watch those videos where they're talking about like active shooter drills and you're like, always look out for someone that's acting blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, yeah.
He was one that I was like,
Maybe.
you're one I might need to watch out for.
They're like, it's almost time to run, fight, and hide. Run, hide,
Yeah.
and fight. Run, hide, fight. That's it. Yeah.
Also, speaking of, we have a security guard on site presently with like an armed security guard with Kevlar and everything, because apparently somebody on site has been getting harassed like externally, and it is disturbing to the point that we decided as a company to hire security in case the person in that person's private life has nothing to do with the business decides to come up to
I can't hear you.
our workplace and
Did
try
someone
to
say
attack
Michael Moore?
them. Yeah. Don't
Michael
say it
Moore.
again. No, stop.
Your lights go out.
The house explodes.
It's the scene from Mad TV with the oven, Easy Bake
yeah.
Oven. And it's just your house.
Wah!
I was thinking poltergeist where the house gets sucked into the ground. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's skeletons
know-
in the pool.
do you know they did that as a practical effect? They built a little mini house, and then they literally had a whole bunch of wires on the inside of it. And it was built out of some sort of mache, and they just sucked it down.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I love finding out how they did films like that. I
Yeah.
think it's so fun.
I was like,
That's
that's a
why-
really
Because when it's not
cool way to do
CGI,
that.
I obsess over it.
You know what film did a lot of practical effects like that too? Dante's Peak.
I was going to say Dante's
Ooh.
Peak.
No.
But coworkers.
Boo.
And in modern TV, you could definitely tell. Like, you look at it
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, oh, boy, that is a model.
They're so
Also Independence
good
Day.
sometimes, but so bad sometimes. I remember what Independence Day had that effect that was playing on all the TVs to show their capabilities of the White House exploding.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Anyway, that's your mini trip down memory lane.
Great
Weirdos.
era. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry your
Mine-
shitty hands suck.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's
I don't.
rough.
I don't have to. I just don't touch people's hands. It's really how it works.
One of
I don't have to
my-
interact with most of these people.
Anthony starts, like, putting finger in his mouth, and he's like, it's you.
It's you. it,
Spray bottle.
it tastes like month-old enchilada.
God.
That's your drag name. Month-old enchilada. One of my big qualms with people at work that I really don't like is people that don't read signs. Because there's a few that are in the break room at my actual job that really fucking piss me off when people don't follow them because it's easy to follow them. One of them is don't leave any dishes or food in the sink. Every single day there's dishes in the sink. Those motherfuckers. Another one is no open containers in the break room fridge. We have one of those giant, like, clear door. It's like a big cooler where everyone can put their lunch boxes and put their stuff in their containers. You're not supposed to put an open or a drink without a lid or a bottle cap in there because what? It could spill and then get all over everyone's lunch boxes, right? So when someone violates the rule and they put their fucking drink in there and it spills all over my lunchbox that I have to clean off, it's just like, read the fucking sign. Read it. And then there's another one on the fridge that says the refrigerator will be cleaned out at 9:30 p.m. every Tuesday night. Every Wednesday, there's some motherfucker who's in there. I can't believe they threw in my. I had my name on it. And bitch, read the fucking sign. It said it was going to get thrown away. And the maintenance people at work are actually really polite about it. They'll take the lunch boxes that are in there and they'll put them on the break room tables and be like, all right, here's your lunch boxes. And people will be like, oh my God, my food was in there. It's gone bad. Like, read the fucking sign. Read the fucking sign. And then the last one that really makes me mad is it's a map by the time clock. So you have to look at it because you're waiting to clock in and out. And it shows the employee parking areas that are designated for employees to park in. And don't you know that I go out there every single day and I see employees and managers' cars in the wrong fucking parking spots because they can't read the fucking sign. So, I
think
don't like
it's
people
they
that
don't
don't
want
read
to.
signs.
I
Oh,
was
I know
gonna
it's
say.
because they don't want to. They're fucking lazy, bitch. And
But
that's,
also-
that's just the joy of being a homosexual at a workplace with many, many, many straight people that don't know how to read signs.
To be
Every
fair,
day.
this happens literally everywhere.
It does.
Corporate office, yep, dealt with the same shit.
Yep.
Literally.
Except I don't share a refrigerator with anybody. I just have my own mini fridge in my office, and I have my own microwave in my office, and I don't have to
go
do any
sit down
of
at
that.
I go to sit down at a table and there's crumbs and plates and napkins everywhere. I'm just like, what does your house look like?
Dude, when our janitor takes time off, the bathroom becomes a hellscape. After one day, there is just shit everywhere. Not always literally, but sometimes.
Sometimes. I'm like, don't you care? Someone else has to come in here. This
I
is
don't
a
know how these
communal
people
space.
live at home. Like they've got to go
Oh.
home and just to these absolute like fucking pigsties because
Or
it's
their
insane.
spouse is doing it for them.
Also,
because they're a
that
fucking
thing.
baby.
That's the thing.
It's funny because
Yeah.
anytime I think about something disgusting happening at work, it was my last job, and there's one person that always comes to my mind because there was one time where a whole bunch of food was brought in for something. I don't remember. And it was all over the table. And somebody in mid-afternoon was like, this has been sitting out for like 6 hours. It is time to toss it. Put it in
Yeah.
the trash can. This bitch walks back in there and is like, who is wasting all this food? Pulls it out of the trash can.
Out of the trash can?
Puts it back on the table for everyone.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god, that is.
I was just like,
Now,
So I-
no.
there's some food safety rules that you can kind of bend
Yes,
just a little bit.
kind
And
of.
That's
leaving
not
food
one of
out
them.
for more than 2 hours is, okay.
See,
it's
4
gonna get
hours is
warm
my
and sweaty.
max.
4 hours is like, okay. 6 hours, that shit needs to get thrown away. No,
And-
I don't care if it's fucking solid gold. It needs to be thrown away or it's going to get somebody really sick.
I think one of my friends ended up putting a note on it, like literally on top of it, and said, we threw this away and somebody pulled it back out. Don't eat it.
I like that's a good move because I like the note because it's passive aggressive and like snarky instead of putting the food back in the trash, which would be more work.
Yeah.
What, that is a very corporate office thing to do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Passive
is.
aggressive is
Hang on,
is
let me be
corporate
passive
office.
aggressive. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, then there was another time that several of us, we were in a department that at Christmas time would randomly get gifts from some of our contractors occasionally. And we got a box of pears or something like that once. And this same person found out that they came with like special wrapped bows on them and stuff like that. And we were all just throwing them away because it's all just shit. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Right.
She comes around and she's like she's taking everyone's bows out of their trash cans. And she comes to my mind. She's like, did you get a bow? And I was like, yeah. And I like pulled
She's
my
like, hey, you got a bow?
I pulled I pulled my trash can out and I was like, but I've thrown away like jelly on top of it. This bitch pulls it out and rubs it off with a
Ew.
Kleenex. She goes, it's still good.
Ew.
And I was like,
This is making me think of that movie Office Space from the 90s.
it is. It's very much that. People
Imagine
are
what
weird.
her house looks like.
I don't
Imagine.
want to know.
She's probably a hoarder, it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like she
Newspapers,
grew.
there's
It sounds like
17
she,
cats
like
underneath
us,
them.
grew up poor and hasn't figured out how to manage that instinct to not throw anything away yet.
She was also one that would, if we would do food days, would sprint over. She wasn't on our team. She wasn't in our department, but she would sprint over from our floor to eat it. And
What?
I was always very, very strict about that after a while because I was like, let the team who's here for it get their shit. Then you can have it.
Yes.
And so they figured out, like everyone figured out how angry I was getting about that. And one time one of my coworkers was like, so can she have some? She's my friend. I said, yes, she can. After this team gets an hour or two of getting their own food. This is who it's here for.
That's so hard to understand.
And I was
Why
like,
do they not
I
get
don't
it?
mind sharing it, but I want to make sure that the people that are actually it's who it's for are getting their opportunity.
yeah,
I was like, go fucking be selfish somewhere else.
that is a really difficult part about sharing like office space with different departments when you're trying to do things like that.
Yeah.
Because people don't have boundaries really in certain scenarios where they don't want to like we used to as a sales group when I worked in the office over at Owasso, we would do like chili cook-offs and things like that.
Yeah.
And you would see people wander over to our little like crock pots and shit and start scooping shit out. And I'm just like, hello? That's not for
Hello?
you.
That's not for you. It's
We didn't make enough to feed this entire goddamn floor. There's way too many people here. And
Yeah,
there's
I was
only
like-
like 10 of us.
I was like, this is for a team of 20 people, not for a company of 900.
Right.
free food is a fun topic in general to talk about because I've seen, like, I'll see them bring food sometimes into the break room at work, and I can tell by time of day how long the food's going to last before it gets just demolished, because if it's any time near open or like in the morning, I just know that the animals that work before we open the store are going to go in there and they are going to flip that table over and scrape it clean because they're animals. And then it's crazy because it's free food. They're supposed to be sharing it with everyone, and they will go in there and they will shoulder you out of the way like it's Black Friday.
Well, and that
that's
was
why
the
I hate
thing is I literally don't mind sharing the food, but what bit my ass so many times on it is these people would come over and just like stock up. And I'm like,
I
okay,
know you're not going to eat all that.
there's a box, for example, there's a box of 12 cinnamon rolls. You put 4 on a plate.
You may have one.
I have no trust of you. So no, you can't eat this stuff until the whole team's had it. Until the whole team that's entitled to it got it. Because I just was, it was unfortunate that I'm in my 20s at the time, and I'm like structuring 50-year-olds.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Yep.
The ones
Welcome
who need
to
it.
reality. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Also,
I'm like, why
there's
am I
also that thing about, there's also a part about it when food is provided at work, and I understand that the food is not necessarily required to be provided. So I am usually thankful when food is provided for us. There are people who walk in there, and I remember one specific instance once. There were racks of ribs that were brought into the break room because they hadn't sold them and they just didn't want to like harvest them or throw them away. And someone literally walked in and they said, "What, no potato salad?" And I said, "They just gave you ribs for free and you want to fucking complain about potato salad? Get the fuck out of here."
Why is this not a family cookout?
Yeah. Where's the potato? Why didn't you bring any potato salad? That's what I said to him. I said, "Why didn't you bring any?"
You know what? There's a store out there. You could literally just go buy a tub and share it.
5 pound.
A tub.
5 whole pounds. A hammock of potato salad.
A desk of Cheez-Its.
A drum of grape jelly. Man.
A drum of all fruit.
There's carrots on the other end.
An 8-ball of all fruit.
How much is that? Asking for a friend. It's not mine, I promise. I'm just holding it for a friend.
I need to go to back alley for this.
Yeah, I feel like the amount of bad coworkers, and it's never like, it's every now and again you'll get one coworker who everything about them you hate.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
most of the time what happens to me is I'll get somebody that I work with who has like a handful of things that drive me insane. And they're mostly a fine person, but then what happens is those handful of things start compounding in my brain. And I immediately am like, everything you do now pisses me off. Everything. Even if it shouldn't.
Why are you over there breathing like that?
It's exactly what happens. And there is one person at my work presently who is like that, where everything they do pisses me off. And I have to message my coworker. I'm like, I recognize that I have no right to be mad about this. And it's not really anything that I should be mad about, but it's pissing me off right now.
But I will say, it's so nice to have that one person that others can bond over hating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Bitch, when you can.
that's true.
That's one thing I fucking love is some fucking workplace drama.
I was
Gosh,
like,
that
workplace
cheats
drama?
me. Oh, I crave it.
And also in those situations, especially in like toxic corporate jobs, you trauma bond so well with some people. And I mean, like, one of my very best friends is someone I worked with for, I don't know, 5-6 years, something like that. Amazing. And I think it's because we trauma bonded so well.
I had this friend who I still to this day am friends with, and we went to visit her in Hawaii, who was my coworker for a really long time. And that was basically it. We bonded over working for a really bad boss. And like, I don't feel like in normal everyday life, she and I would ever have taken the time to get to know each other like that.
Yep.
And like, we had this boss who was awful. And I mean awful. And in retrospect, the more I get away from, like, the further away from it I get, the more I'm like, wow, this was objectively a really, really toxic work environment.
Probably still is.
I'll say I don't have to deal with that. It's not my problem anymore. But that person was like, she was one of those people who would like position herself as being like very feminist and very like forward thinking and very
now I know who you're
accepting.
talking about.
And she was not any of that. And I mean, in her actions said 100 different ways that she was not any of that. She would call herself a feminist in these big meetings in front of the big wigs and blah, blah, blah.
Liar.
She shat on all of my female coworkers so hard. I mean, so hard. She would treat them real shitty. And I was just like, oh my God, you don't see them as team members. You see them as some kind of competition. And whoa, it is insane. Anyways, so we bond, like,
really
one
ugly.
of said female coworkers that I worked with, she and I bonded over really not liking this person.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to team up on someone that you guys don't like and just like, yeah, fuck that person. Fuck them.
There was like a whole
Yeah.
group of us that bonded over one person like that one time. And
Oh,
we
I
used to
love that.
It was just her behavior was so A lot. And so, like, even just the amount of times she would walk by one person's office, because she was habitual for sending an email and then getting up, walking down to go talk to said person about an email. And it was always, I just sent you an email, and then she would elaborate on it. And so she would do that on a regular basis. And so what they started doing was that our group started tallying how many times she would get up and walk out of her office just because it was fun. Like, the things you had to do.
I feel like that's a moment where I'd just be like, can I read the email before you explain the email to me? Because it was the email necessary if you're going to come down here and talk to me about it anyways?
Yeah, I think I called her out on that once. I swear I remember looking up at her and going, wait, are you explaining the email you just sent me?
I would do it
that is wild.
shittier than that. Because I'd say, why did you do this?
She's like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know. And I was like, I don't understand.
I can read.
It's in my inbox, and it contains the words that you wanted to tell me. And
I'd be like, I know we're in Oklahoma, but I can read, I promise.
Weirdly enough, I'm way more advanced than half the people here, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Have you listened to my podcast?
Yeah, we've got this one person who works in a different department, and the way she sends emails is they rub me the wrong way, and it's always the phrasing is what it is. It's the way she phrases things. It's like the person who emails you and says, can you explain why this is like this to me, when you know full well what they're not asking you to help resolve the issue. They're trying to place blame as to why something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not like, hey, can you help me fix this? They're like, can you explain why this is broken?
My favorites were the manager that used to notoriously send 3 question marks.
Oh,
you send 3 question marks.
That's for texting. That's not for email.
That would be an email, and it would just be question mark, question mark, question mark, ... or ... question mark, question mark, question mark.
Ugh.
With literally no explanation, had no idea what they were questioning.
I like to remind people in those situations how much they aren't my boss.
I loved walking down there because I'd be like, what's the question marks for? What's not? I'd be like,
who is that for?
I was like,
what's that? What is
not
that
to
supposed
understand in that explanation of an email? I need more. I need you to elaborate more, or just come talk to me. And he'd be like, well, I was asking this. And I said, see, how am I supposed to figure that out?
Yeah.
It was kind of in the last couple of years of being there in that team. I was like, how am I supposed to guess that?
And I think people miss the fact that email etiquette is a thing that you need to practice at work, especially in corporate environments when you're communicating via email a lot. And so many people don't know how to do it. And they let their passive aggression shine through.
Oh my God, reply all.
Or they're not being passive aggressive.
No, you BCC.
And they just, you think they are, and everybody else thinks they are because of the way they actually just type. We had this one guy who would type all his emails in all caps all the time. And I just could not get him to understand why everyone thought he was always yelling at them.
Or voice to text. I've had managers that do that with their emails. Voice to text. And it's like one run-on sentence.
We had a logistics manager who would copy and paste from different emails into one email because he was so it's all different fonts and sizes and things like that. And because he didn't know how to paste to merge the formatting, and it was awesome. I loved getting emails from him because I knew what was happening, and I just knew it was because he was not really good at email. And so he'd be getting all these bill of lading emails from other carriers and stuff, and be sending them with so I'd have font that was 8 size to go to 24 and then back to 11.
I worked with a lady that she used to color everything, highlight everything, underline, bold, all caps, blah, blah, blah. And it was always these overly detailed emails to try and get you to pay attention to stuff, which nobody would pay attention to because everything was just a shit show with her. But I'll never forget, she would always talk about how busy she was, which in my head says, you're not busy at all. You're trying to convince yourself and me. And somebody else was talking about it. And they're like, well, she said she's so busy. And I said, well, it's probably because she's spending 3 hours on fucking writing an email. If she would just send a normal email, maybe she wouldn't be so busy.
It wouldn't take so long for you to fucking change all of your goddamn font formatting.
It makes me think of that internet security commercial that came out like years ago, and it was this IT guy who was helping a woman in her cubicle, and because she'd been hacked, and she's like, "I don't know how this happened," and he goes,
right.
He goes, "Is your password dolphin?" And it zooms out to her cubicle, and there's like dolphins everywhere, covering like every inch of it's dolphins, and then she's like, "Yes," and then her phone rings, and it's a dolphin going, "Ee, ee, ee," and she picks it up, and she goes, "Hello." "No, I'm not having a very good day."
Also, can you make that noise one more time, Joe? Because I couldn't tell if it was a dolphin or if it was J laugh.
Break time.
Let's take a break.
Actually, it is break
Weirdos-
time.
It
Weirdos,
is.
we
We're
want to
past
hear
break
about
time.
some of your workplace grievances. We want to hear about people that annoy you at work.
Do you hate them?
Yeah, do you hate them? Tell us all about it. We want the chisme. But let's go ahead and go to break, and we'll come right back, and we'll talk about our brainstorm for
We'll
the
kill
storm
Karen
that's passing over.
when we get back. You're listening to the cold, shiny, hard plastic podcast, Beards and Sundries. And we'll be right back.
And we're back from break.
Huh?
Hey!
Hey, what are we doing after break? Now that we're here?
Aren't we being the shitty employee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shitty
now
employee
we-
slash shitty coworker.
We literally. We are going to now think about ways that we would be these awful coworkers and things that we would do,
Perfect.
subconsciously or consciously.
Step one. I'm not just going to be the employee that comes in and takes just a rough shit. I'm going to let it spray everywhere. I want you to walk
What do you
into the
mean?
bathroom
We said
and be
things
like,
we
what
would
the-"
do, not things that we already do.
Okay, well, I haven't done this at work yet. Usually I save this for
Yeah.
restaurants and other public
Church.
I love going down to Mexican radio and getting these tacos and painting their bathroom.
And then I go to Christy Nolan's office and just let it loose.
Sorry, it's communion. I have to go to the bathroom.
Are these,
grape
are
juice.
these wafers? Do
The blood of Christ gets me every time.
these wafers have gluten? No, it's the body of Christ, you fucking idiot.
Oh no.
O'Reilly.
The body of Christ isn't settling well.
It's activating my celiacs.
This is worse than that one
Anyways.
time I ate butt.
One.
Anyways,
So I'm going to bring in my lunch leftovers. And when I mean leftovers, not just something with foil on it. I'm bringing in an entire roll of aluminum foil. I'm going to put it in the microwave. I'm going to hit 30 minutes and then run out of the break room.
Fucking burnt salmon.
And then when someone calls me out on it, I'm going to say, I do it at home all the time. And then that's my argument. That's it. That's the only thing I'll say.
I'm going to start responding to any emails that are more than 2 sentences long with, what does this mean?
And then reply all.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get a private email from someone and then reply all to the whole company.
Okay. Real quick.
I want any email that I'm tagged in now where somebody, because they can at you in an email now. I'm going to reply all and I'm going to BCC the whole company. I want to say, please remove me from this email chain.
Or,
Yeah,
or just say,
that's
what?
happened. That's happened at my company at least 3 times when I was a supervisor, and it was an email that went out to everyone that had a company email address somehow by accident. So people would start like, please take me out. The one time it happened, and the very first reply that said, please take me off of this email thread was from the payroll clerk of the admin office at my store. Someone who's on her computer all the time in charge of my money, please. And she's fucking in there, doesn't even know how to get off of an email thread. I was like, oh God, we're fucking doomed. Great.
I don't know why, but talking about this made me think of that video, and I hope you've seen it before. But it's basically like a neighborhood community forum situation, and this old woman goes up, and she's like, I don't like Facebook or the internet.
I think I
And
know
they're
what you're talking about.
like, ma'am, we're talking about the rezoning at 52nd Street. And she goes, I live on 62nd. And they're like, okay, again, rezoning on 52nd. And that's when she's like, I don't like the internet and Facebook and the library block my password. Now, who does that? I don't know
And
why.
that's how
that's
they
what this
interact
made me
on
think
Facebook.
of.
That's how they are. They think like that. It's so crazy.
You look... I just can't get over those comments where they're like, "You look really great. That makeup looks awful. Uncle Sam died."
Peace emoji. Or
crying happy face emoji.
Every time it's for like a restaurant or a company, it's like some announcement about a new product or like something for like a holiday, and it's always a boomer, and it always says, "Bring back this," and it's a product that they discontinued like years ago. And
in
like,
1974.
Bring back the McDLT. And I'm like, what the how are you alive? How do you function? How do you drive your car? It's wild the way their brains work to me.
Or it's like my stepdad. Back in my day, these burgers used to be 10 cents.
They raised them all the way up to 15 cents, and I said, no!
Then it went up to 13 cents, and my daddy said, "You get in this truck, we ain't paying 13 cents for a burger."
There's that old guy thing
I
again.
fucking love that. Why do you get a burger?
Buy them burgers.
Bob's, we can buy
entire-
a burger for $5.
I want an entire episode where Jay talks like that.
Okay.
Your lips will be like blown out by the end of it.
Better than my back.
We can do a whole episode
la.
You're
called
a top. Shut up.
That's why it's better than my back.
do a whole episode called Hillbillies and Sundries. Hillbillies and Sundries.
Oh, I guess we all heard what we wanted to hear. Okay.
Anyways,
Balls? That's not fair.
Hey, Jay, thanks for ball. I mean, all your help.
let's take a break.
I'm gonna be that employee that watches videos on their phone, full volume in the bathroom
break
and
room.
break room.
Yeah.
People do that shit at my work all the time. All the time in the bathroom. All the time. It is annoying as hell.
If well, one, I don't shit in a restroom that's got extra people in it, so I don't have that problem. But two,
I have my own personal restroom that I get shit in every day.
to be fair, my body just knew not to shit at my last job, and so now, like, I'm like, oh, my body's regular again after 14 years.
Body just knew not
Box
to
of
shit.
Special K.
It sounds like you sound like a Republican. Well,
I've
you know,
been
the body
eating
will really shut
raisin
that
bran,
down.
raisins, which are dried in the sun.
Just like Jay's ball sack.
That is basically true.
That's one reason. Raisin bran singular.
That's a crazen.
It's kind of like finding the toy in the cereal box. You find one raisin.
You could find 5 or 6 raisins.
Or just one.
Just one.
And just like most of the toys nowadays, you're going to be really disappointed when you find that one.
It's like going to
raisin.
Sonic and getting fries and you get all the way to the bottom of your fry bin, and at the very bottom, you're like, oh, there's a tater tot in here. But just
Or
one.
Ooh, a crispy burnt part of an onion ring.
Or sometimes a cheese curd.
Oh, if
Ooh,
you're
a cheddar
lucky.
bite.
Oh,
the cheddar
man.
bites, though.
I was like,
ranch.
a cheese curd or something. When you find that at the base of your fry bag at Sonic, that's kind of like the same idea as winning the lottery to me.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
a lot of it.
Emotionally, I am richer.
We've been at this for 55 minutes, so maybe it's time for a commercial.
Oh, fuck it. Fine.
All right, what do you think?
And now, for a word from our sponsor, Booger Bandit Cereal.
Yes.
But I like it.
I just want one taste of those delicious booger bites.
Oh no, the Booger Bandit!
Hand over the Booger Bandit cereal, kid.
Not so fast, Booger Bandit! Booger Bandit cereal is for kids!
Now listen here, you little shit.
You said a bad word. I'm telling Mom.
Your mom is tied to a chair with rope and her mouth gagged and taped upstairs.
What? What?
Now give me the goddamn cereal. The Booger Bandit needs its fix, you asshole.
Okay, here. Just leave us alone.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's the good stuff. God damn, that's just what I needed. Now if you so much as breathe a word to this to anyone, I'll come back and finish the job.
Booger Bandit Cereal. The only cereal made from real boogers scraped right from the bathroom stall walls. So good, you'll commit several felonies just to get a taste. Go get your Booger Bandit cereal today. Now made with more crack.
Have you subscribed to us yet? No? Boo, you whores. Go do it now, please.
You know, when I open my pantry and I'm craving something yellow, dry, crusty, scrape it off of the wall, perhaps. Not even any kind of milk to bring it back to life.
Joe
I
just
put
looks
it
down
right
at his
into the
crotch.
bowl.
It's so weird. I don't hear Joe laughing during this.
It's like he left the room entirely.
Well, Joe, I thought it was your turn because last week I made fun of Anthony's middle-aged penis.
That's definitely the same level.
And he did it again this week just by saying it.
Well, it's old news now.
Wow. Wow. All right, so Jay, do we have any Beards Sundries this week?
God, my face hurts.
Yeah, drink the milk out of the bowl afterwards, you motherfucker.
That's weird. This isn't sugar in here. All right. We heard
Shows
from...
dick crust.
2 lumps, please. Call that 2 sugar cubes.
Would you like 1 scrape or 2?
Pat smear.
Okay, we heard from Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I like the title of this email. It says, "There's always some guy." And he goes, "Hi, boys. Imagine my surprise. I step away for a moment, take a breath, bless a few beards, moisturize my soul, and what do I come back to? Some guy. Not the
We
guy.
always
The
do.
Planet Omicron Percy.
Not the guy. Just a presence. Just some guy." Ugh. Excuse me.
What?
Writing letters, sniffing around, bullying his way through your inbox like it's 2003 and he just discovered Axe body spray. Cute. Here's the thing, babe. I don't mind company. I've always believed in open circles, but there's a difference between joining the dance and trying to steal the spotlight while wearing last season's attitude. High school bully vibes? Please. I didn't survive puberty just to be upstaged by a walking locker slam. Finger bang. Boop, boop. No, I'm kidding. Jay, Anthony, Joe, you know who lights the stage. You know who started the tension. The double entendre, the gasp, the beard oil, and the bite. Let some guy scribble his notes in the margins. We're still the story. The main plot, the climax, and the aftercare. So let's not pretend we're equals. Let's not pretend this is a mystery. Let's not pretend this isn't my house. You want menace? Honey, I wrote the manual in lace gloves with a leather belt in my teeth. Let some guy play high school. We're already legends, and legends don't get jealous. We get louder. Stay iconic. Stay original. Stay unimpressed. Big Beard, Ray.
Sunday. This Sunday at the Beards and Sundries Arena, Big Beard versus some guy. That's right. Come on, folks. Come on
Sponsored by
down and
Spunkshine.
get yourself some Beards and Sammies at the Beards and Sundries Arena. Sponsored by Spunkshine.
Can we
Oh my
redo the
God.
commercial now?
Jay, that sandwich commercial was so unhinged. I loved it.
I was trying to whip something up real fast.
Well, you were whipping something up real fast,
was.
all right.
I do
It sounded like
notice
an
that
Herbal Essences
when
commercial
you're
from the 2000s.
I feel like whenever you are doing like a down to the wire commercial, your go-to is like, I'm going to make orgasm noises
Yep.
several times throughout the commercial.
America, baby.
I don't know.
No, that's not hate. I think it works out for you every time.
I was like, I don't know what it is, but when I'm in a rush mood, I'm like, oh, fuck it. Now you know what it's like in the bedroom with me.
I was going to say, you're just a wealth of good
Well,
orgasm
Bill Nye
noises.
the place in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
And blue
Girls.
Did you see the 3 freckles? No, I'm kidding.
3 liver spots
On top of the
right
left
hand.
hand.
Liver spots? Is that what they are? Fuck if I remember.
Anyways, thank you, Big Beard /Ray.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks,
Big
Ray.
Beard.
You guys should fight.
You guys should
fight,
Turkish
fight.
oil wrestle.
And if you don't,
Ooh.
then we're going to print off the pages from our burn book about you and drop it around the school, so you will.
Oh.
Speaking
and
of.
that's how some guy died. And that's how Big Beard died. No, I'm totally kidding. Who's next, Jay?
Wait, what about
the
the
other
message
one?
you got
Oh,
directly?
that's right.
My favorite knock knock.
I also got called out by a listener for the designing women situation last week.
Good.
I can't wait to see if more of those roll in.
I justified myself a little bit, and he gave me some credit. But
Some credit.
he was like, I don't know how you didn't know that, and also didn't know the song. Sorry, there's a bug in front of me. The song, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. And I was like, so I know the song really well, but whenever they started saying this is on Designing Women, I was like, wait, did they say something else? And so I said, so then I got really nervous because I was on the spot, and I'm really bad at that. And then I was like, but also I didn't grow up watching the show because my mom disliked it. And my theory as a child was to mirror my mother's likes, so that way I would think she would like me. So I said Designing Women just never made it to my list to watch.
That's fair.
I've been trying to decipher for a while the way that your brain landed on Armenia.
Because it's in the same region.
You didn't know that before you said it.
You
Shut
got
the fuck
lucky
up.
with that one. Oh, wild. Well, thank you, random listener, for calling him out. He needs to.
Yes.
I mean, I
happen
deserve
more
it.
often.
More
So go for
listeners,
it.
Yeah.
call him out. If you'd like to call out Jay, you can reach us at 405-999-2242 or beardsandsundries@gmail.com or send us a message on our socials or message Jay directly and tell him how much you hate him about it.
Yeah, or carrier owl will also work.
Pigeons. We accept pigeons,
No,
not owls.
I am an owl person.
Ooh. I have one. I received a couple messages from Beardo John from Greece.
Hi, John.
Yay! Oh, do you
Hi,
want
John.
me to play it?
No, it's okay. So he's been sending me a couple of things, like, as he listens to it in real time. He said, finish the episode on YouTube. Of fucking course you made me buy another sandwich, because he sent me the picture of this sandwich that he had. And you guys, it is from this local chain they have there, and I don't think I can pronounce it. Oh, no, I can. It's called Jackaroo. And I looked up their menu, and he sent me a picture of this sandwich. It was half the menu's in Greek, so I like of what
It
I
was
could
just funny
read-
because you're like, I don't think I can pronounce. Oh wait, I can't. Jackaroo.
Oh, wait, cat.
I had a J moment
exactly
where I had a J moment where I was like, is this restaurant in Puerto Vallarta?
Oh, my God.
It's a Tom Tucker moment. Holy shit, that's a lot of vowels. Al Qaeda.
I'll take a moment to make fun of myself yet again. But this weekend, I went and had tacos, and I was trying to order the pollo tacos, and I was reading
say
it out
polo.
loud, and I said polo.
Oh, no.
That's how my goddamn brain works. And the guy's like, okay, so 2 pollo tacos? And I was like, motherfucker, polo came out of my mouth, didn't it? And he was like, yep. And I was like, well, I'm stupid.
Here we are.
You said, well, sorry. Si, senor.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get 2 of the quesadillas con polo?
I have been to Mexico before, so
Y
just hit-
arroz.
Donde
hit you with the truck.
este el baño?
Now, what is this quiso? Is it spicy?
Quiso. So anyway, he sent me a photo of this sandwich, which we'll put up here, and it is a thing of legend. He said it's bread 30 centimeters (parentheses), which is 12 bald eagles. Inches. with five marinated pieces of fresh chicken breast, 6 slices of bacon, 5 slices of cheddar, mushrooms, iceberg lettuce, and mayonnaise, and a whole portion of fries and barbecue sauce. And he usually adds pickles and jalapenos or fried eggs. And I said, good God, that sandwich sounds incredible and looks even more incredible. And I said, I just looked up their menu, and the parts I could read sound amazing.
Now, fun measurement
then-
conversion fact for you beardos. 30 centimeters is actually more like 1/3 of a bald eagle.
1/3. So then
Those fuckers are big.
They're huge.
he also reached out yesterday, and he said, finish the episode on YouTube, the one about sandwiches. And he said, of fucking course you made me buy another sandwich. So thank you very much, John, for your input, and thank you for that photo of a sandwich that looks goddamn enticing.
Yeah, please send us photos of your sandwiches. I love good sandwich photos.
Yeah,
I
everyone,
love photos
send
of
us
anything.
food photos.
Send us any photos you like.
Actually, you know
Send
what?
us
I need
your
to start posting more
send
food
us your
photos so I can share
nudes.
it.
Nudes with your foods.
Yeah.
Maybe don't send us your nudes necessarily. Not the email.
Nudies, please.
Jay will be sad. He'll be
Yeah,
like,
I
"Wait a minute."
was like, there was actually a phase where that was happening for a while, and it's like fun, but also this is getting exhausting.
Jay is not good at sexy talk either.
Yeah, you're not. I run the socials, and if you want that, you're gonna have to private message them because I'm just like, tee, that looks fantastic.
And I'll be back to you in 8 to 10 business days.
I filed that one away for later.
I'll get around to
Mentally.
it eventually.
I just sent you guys a picture of the sandwich. It looks awesome.
Oh
Jesus,
my God, I want
fuck.
that. That looks really good.
How do you
Yeah, he
eat
Those
said-
are fries. Wait,
he
there's
said-
poutine on the sandwich?
So, Beardos, if you're not familiar, John from Greece is a very, very athletic man and a very, very tall man. And he told us that he was eating for the entire 1.5 hours of the episode when he was watching it.
We also are going to have a weightlifting competition whenever I make it to Greece next month. So-
You're gonna lose. I've seen him lift
No,
weights. He
I'm
can pick you up
pretty
while you're
buff
lifting.
now.
While
Yeah,
you're
he can pick
while you're lifting the heaviest weights you can lift, he will pick you entirely off of the ground.
It's
He's
because
going to throw you around like the little girl with the pigtails from Matilda.
It's because I'm so thin now. I've lost some weight.
Shut
so-
the fuck up. No, it's
I mean,
not.
you did turn sideways, and I was like, oh, there's a crack in the floor. I loved it. I saw real quick. I saw a video as an Instagram reel, and it's the girl in a drive-through, and she was like, just ordered a side salad, so I had to roll up the window so I wouldn't fly out.
You know, and I don't usually crave this, but it wouldn't hurt to just have John pick me up and just cradle me. Sounds
I
nice.
know it wouldn't hurt. It could hurt.
It just bend me like a pretzel.
Fold you up like
Oh my God.
those mattresses that have the adjustable front
Yes.
and back.
Yep.
What was that? That old country commercial, the country's music that I made forever ago, and that ballad was "Bend me like a pretzel."
I don't
and
remember.
pray."
God. Anyways,
We really need a Spotify playlist with all the commercials. on
I
it.
know, but I haven't made one yet. I keep thinking about
I
it.
know that's a lot of work.
I think this week Jay is in the burn book, though.
Why?
Remember how mean you were to Joe earlier with the crusty comments?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You made
like
him walk out of the whole
why.
entire room.
I love how Joe was shocked and he's like, "Wait a minute!"
Wait a second. He was like, why
So
is he
long
in the
ago.
burn book? Oh my God.
We've laughed so much since then.
Yeah. I've grown so much, unlike Jay.
Why do I have to be so small?
End of show clip. Perfect.
On this episode, by the way, this last week, I didn't put one in because I just loved what Joe ended it with. And I don't even remember what it was now. But whatever, when we were closing off, Joe said, and I was like, nope, that's actually going to be my end of show clip.
I forgot to tag it in. That's what I keep forgetting to do whenever I'm doing that first round of editing and sending it to you for like the final bits.
Polishing.
Yeah.
Is forgetting to get a tag of like, hey, here's a good spot for an end of show clip, or here's a good spot.
And normally I have time to dig through and be like, but I didn't. I was cramming
No,
this shit in
no,
the
I
last
get
second
it.
this
Shit
last time.
happens.
Yeah, I
we were
bet
doing the
you
same
were.
thing. So
Cramming so much.
I was drunkenly back there.
When I was a little girl, I was just cramming so much.
When I was a little girl, I was just deciding if I was a lesbian, and I said, you know what? I am a lesbian.
You fired that gun real good. Maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe I was wrong
Maybe
about
it's
all
wrong.
men.
Oh my God.
Michael Moore.
Your guys' thunder today is a lot more aggressive than what I dealt with.
It's being very aggressive.
Well,
maybe it's
they
wrong
are the
about
national
you.
champions, right?
B.
my
Aggressive. B-E. Aggressive.
Maybe it's wrong about you.
Gressive.
Maybe I was wrong about all fruit.
All fruit. It's probably game time now, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys ready for
it
game
is.
time? Okay,
Yeah.
this is a game I'm calling Read It Out Loud.
Ooh.
So, I have picked out 3 Reddit Am I the Asshole stories specifically about interactions with coworkers.
Nice.
And I'm going to read these to you. And after we're done reading them, you guys are going to decide if the Redditor who is the poster is the asshole or not. Basically, we're just going to comment on these. That's really what it is. We're just
I
going
love
to be
these.
bitches.
They're so good.
So, there's no rules, there's no points. We're just doing this for fun.
Side note, my texts are on my screen, and I just recognized Joe's response to me saying feeding Reggie, and he goes, the best house hippo.
Oh, yeah.
And I
He's
was
the
like,
best little house
oh,
hippo.
sorry. Go on.
Is he behind you still?
Nah, I put him in his kennel because he likes to bring his bone up onto the bed and chew on it, and then there's big old piles of slobber.
The drumstick one?
On that, it's kind of these other ones that are like, I don't remember what they are. But
Anyway.
these comforters are a pain in the ass to get clean. So these are not sex comforters.
They're bone-chewing comforters.
We
They're not bone-chewing comforters.
They're
Just-
not.
we have one of those. It's dry clean only, and it's only really out like in late fall
Winter.
to like early spring, and
It's
it's very much it would be the comforter that is most comfortable to have sex on, that you'd most want to have sex on,
this is
but
the
it's
softest
dry
sex
clean
comforter
only.
ever. But
And I'm like,
ugh. I
dry clean
love
only.
that
This
comforter.
nope.
Yeah.
like, I fucking love these comforters, but you have to take them to the dry cleaner because they're too big for washers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Ours
and this
too.
is, you can't wash it anyways. It's just not how it works. But anyway, are you guys ready for the first story?
Ready?
Yeah, I have more questions, but we'll talk about it later.
Right. Okay. So the title of this one is, Am I the Asshole? I was yelled at today by a male coworker and clapped back.
Nice.
The story goes, I was yelled at today by a male coworker and clapped back. Still unsure if I did the right thing. I'm part of a team of 6 developers, and I'm the only woman on the team. We have several teams, and I get along well with everyone. I'm usually thought of us as nice to everyone. And so I'm guessing what she meant there is I'm usually thought of as nice to everyone. And joking around, etc. I've heard several coworkers tell me that they enjoy working with me. Today, I got into an altercation with one of my male coworkers. He is stubborn and is known to have outbursts at people, especially if we don't do exactly as he wants us to do. He seems to struggle with nuances and gets mad at you if you don't solve something code-related in the way that pleases him. He has been working at this company for over 10 years, whereas I've been here for a year, so there's that. I've been micromanaged by someone as much as him, and he is not even my manager or boss. In short, the altercation was this. I was handed a document with descriptions of how certain software components in our code base is intended to work. Some of the descriptions are newly revised, so I have to rewrite code to fit the new description. The descriptions were unclear, so I decided to email the engineer who had written the document. This is the document that was sent out that they're having to rewrite the code based off of. So she is going to email the engineer who authored the document, right, to get clarification. He is very well versed in the system. He is very well versed into the system of design of these components. We can call him M. As I was typing my email, my male coworker exploded and was yelling, I know these things. You should ask me. Stop bothering M. I'm usually cold in these situations and don't really care about his outbursts, but this one really caught me due to his usage of the words bothering. I was typing a 2-sentence email and he made it sound like I was sending him hundreds of emails. I looked back and responded, I'm sorry, are you my boss or something? I'm emailing him because I want his explanation since he has written this document. And the coworker responded saying, you're so rude. That's so rude of you. And I was like, yeah, then go and cry about it.
Ooh!
Yep, I'm supporting this.
When I said the last words, the entire landscape went quiet. Usually no one stands up to this coworker and when he's having angry outbursts without anyone stepping in, and this is the first time I stood up for myself. Did I do something wrong in this situation? Like, is it normal to have these outbursts at coworkers? I'm second guessing myself all the time, but I really feel like he is the unreasonable one.
No. Yeah. Set your boundaries. Don't let anybody treat you like that, regardless of the sex. But you're a woman in a workplace full of men. Yeah, absolutely set your boundaries.
100%.
I've got 2 things. This guy is absolutely an incel. No one's ever had sex with him.
He wants
is awful.
control,
He blames
is what it
everyone
sounds
for his
like.
shortcomings. He has never taken responsibility.
Or he is at home with a wife who dominates the household, and so at work he is very domineering.
He wants
he's
control
at home with his mother
because he doesn't have
and he lives in
control
her basement.
elsewhere.
Or that too.
It could be 2 things.
Could be
2, I would be very, very careful and vigilant for the next little while because it sounds like
He's
is
gonna
someone
set
who
you up.
might, or he might try to harm you physically.
I think it's more of he's going to cause issues and try and always get you in trouble.
Oh,
because he seems like a
absolutely.
child at heart.
There is now a target on her back for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you have to think
Physically
about,
and
like,
emotionally.
the response that he had whenever she stood up for herself initially was, you're being rude, you are very rude. And so that is another method of control. If you can't control someone directly, then you
talk
control
down
the
to them.
narrative around them.
Yeah.
Right.
So what did he expect her to say, you think?
I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
right.
I think that it sounds like from her, and again, this is, we all ever get one side of the explanation, but in this
That's
situation,
true.
I think it's pretty clear what happened. Like, it just sounds like he's used to getting his way, and he is a dick when he doesn't, and so people
what it sounds
acquiesce
like.
to him because it's just
Yeah.
easier to do
Yeah,
it.
nobody stands up.
Exactly.
And she said, "You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You lose."
You lose!
Yeah, and that was my favorite part, is finding my voice in that kind of situation, and not being rude exactly, but definitely setting the boundary where I'm like, so you don't get to behave that way with me.
Yeah,
I'm equal
hoping-
to you. You are not superior to me, regardless if you're my manager or anything. You are going to treat me respectful. And if you
I'm
don't,
I've told that to managers,
yeah.
I'm hoping that what happened next is that everyone started doing that to him.
which they should. Hopefully, she
Yeah.
said a trend.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, absolutely not the asshole. Good for her.
Not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Oh God, that fucking music change.
Anyways.
Do you guys hear an episode 3 coming up?
I hope
No.
so, honestly. They're so bad.
All right, next one. We only got 3 of these, just FYI. I actually have more, but there's a lot to
I was like,
go
that's
through, so I
perfect,
don't wanna-
because we're already hitting our normal time range, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, am I the asshole for reading my coworker's fan fiction in front of everyone at work?
Ooh. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. The body of the post says, I guess the title sounds bad, but please hear me out. I, 27 male, am a general manager at a fast food restaurant. Not going to say which because I don't want to get in trouble with my assistant manager, a 23 female. I'm not going to say her name. They've written it here, but and they wrote it in quotes, so I think it's not a real name. But
Well, this
still.
is Reddit speak, so go ahead and do it that way. It's good.
So me and S get along pretty well. We joke fight about stuff all the time and like to prank each other a lot. Like prank calls or making the other do fake orders or writing fake surveys about the other or splashing soda on the other. We end up working together a lot
get
since we
married.
get a bunch of call outs, right? Since we get a bunch of call outs, especially at night, and S likes to pick up extra hours.
It's a
We've
fast
both
food
climbed
restaurant.
up.
This is all making a lot of sense.
I know. We both climbed up in the couple of years that we've worked here and have a good relationship. When it's dead, S likes to write fan fiction on her phone, which I sometimes tease her about. A while back, I made S read me a line she was writing, and we were making jokes about it. Last week, I suddenly remembered the fan fiction again and decided to try and find it. I remembered the line she had read to me, and I was able to search for it online using quotation marks. So essentially, he has looked for what she was writing online to see if she was posting it somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not going to say which show it's from because I don't want anyone to find it, but it was shocking to read. Pretty much the 2 characters in it worked in a fast food chain and ended up falling in love. It got pretty graphic at some parts too. The main characters were essentially a representation of S, and the love interest was basically me. I mean, right down to the copying conversations that we've had at work. He even had a wife that he was cheating on to be with her. I'm married, but I would never do such a thing. Anyway, a few nights ago, S and the rest of the team threw a party to celebrate a couple of wins, and of course, S pranked me by shoving a cupcake in my face. So I remembered what I read. I thought it would be a good prank. So I pulled up the fan fiction on my phone and started to read it. When she realized what I was reading, S's eyes started to tear up, which I was not expecting. The rest of the team was joking around with her, but she ran out of the party. Now she's not showing up to her shifts or answering my calls or texts. It's weird that S is acting like this since she usually loves pranks and stuff. So now I'm wondering if I took it too far, but I also feel like she shouldn't have been writing those things about me and her too.
There's
One.
a lot going on here.
One,
I know.
you cannot assume things are about you, even though it can be very obvious. But you can't make the assumption because this is intentionally fiction. Second of all, they're young and dumb and are missing the point that she does have a crush on him.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
Clearly she has a crush on him.
I'm not on his side. I don't think you should take that stuff
No.
unless
Yeah.
she was posting it somewhere very public, like her social media.
It sounds
Right.
like it was a public forum. Where did he find it again?
But that also is, she read part of that to him. It doesn't seem like she's reading this out loud to the team normally, because otherwise somebody could have addressed it directly to him instead of him having to go and search for it, right?
Yeah.
And so
If you have to dig for it at that rate, because
There's a lot of back and forth here.
Yeah.
There
It's
is.
tricky.
It's
tricky from
gray.
an HR standpoint.
I was like, it's gray, but
Very.
an emotionally intelligent person would be like, this is not something that I would use.
We
But
also
in-
have to remember that this is a fast food restaurant. These are people in their young 20s.
Yep.
You shouldn't
Yep.
be having parties anyway. And that's why a lot of companies are shying away from those kind of parties and get-togethers because they can turn
Something
south.
Well, it sounds like they were
very
having it
Always.
at. It sounds like they were having it at work, and that it was like
see?
a cupcake type thing, like not a
That's-
because obviously she shoved a cupcake in his face as part of a prank. So I think it sounds like, hey, we achieved a metric, and we get to celebrate by providing you cupcakes or whatever. It's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like it's a lesson that she learned the hard way, unfortunately, but it was a lesson that she had to learn.
But I
hate
also
to sound shitty like that, but
So
that's
here's
what
the
I'm
thing.
taking from it.
should she have been writing that? It's in her free time, or even if it's not like she's posting it on work things. So
Right.
she has every right to do so.
Yeah.
Is it like gonna be awesome if somebody finds it? No. But at the same time, if he read it and it was making him uncomfortable, that is not the way to address it. Not in front
Right.
of a bunch of people like that.
And
That's
she's
correct.
She's young and living in that risk zone where she's like, I
Yeah.
want him to find this, but I don't want him to find this.
Right.
And we're in that day and age where things like that are going to happen because people don't know how to be discreet.
And I think he was using a little bit of a power play of showing her he knows about all this and he's exposing her.
Yeah.
Even though he's like kind of playing it off as I think it's going to be funny, I don't even think he knew the depth of what he was doing.
And then what did you say? He was married and he would never cheat?
He was
that part of
married
the
and he
story?
said he would never cheat. Yes.
So there is a way that he could have maturely addressed this with her in private.
Yeah.
And that would have been the right way to do
Right.
it.
So I
Well,
might
and
have-
he's the general manager, so I think it's like a whole weird situation, but
And
he
he's
really could
27.
have handled this in a very different way.
yeah.
Well, he handled it like a 27-year-old
Yeah.
male is how he handled it, unfortunately.
Should it have been handled? Probably.
Yeah, but-
did you need to do it like that?
Absolutely
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
They both
So-
need therapy.
Okay.
Huh, well, yeah, but they're 20-somethings, obviously.
Having that many factors and thinking about it from a 37-year-old standpoint, I'm going to say that yes, he is the asshole.
Yeah.
Well, and Reddit agrees with us. He is the asshole. They flagged him as the asshole, and he does go on later in a new post later on to say like he realized he was the asshole and he was gonna like apologize to her and things like that. And she came and apologized to him,
Okay.
and they straightened the whole thing out. So like
Oh,
it had
okay.
a decent
See?
resolution.
Wow.
But like just
Life
FYI.
lessons. Life lessons are called life
Yeah.
lessons for a
Yeah.
reason.
We live
Yeah.
and learn.
Yeah.
live and
Okay,
learn.
last one. This one will be
Okay.
relatively easy and fast, but I like it because it's fun.
Hooray.
My favorite.
Oh, I know.
I want to go to
You
bed.
guys are going to love it. This one says,
Say
am
it
I
all
the
the time.
asshole for telling my coworker her kids are none of my business?
Oh.
Okay.
Title. I mean, do we need the story?
Well, you're going to like the story. So
All right.
I think you probably already made a decision, but I think you're going to really enjoy the story. School holidays are coming up, and I have a coworker panicking as she left it too late to book a vacation slots. My company had a rule where no more than 3 workers can leave at the same time for vacation. I already filled in my vacation slot months ago, as I haven't taken any in nearly a year. I'm single and unmarried and in my 30s. Company HR told my coworker that her only way to get her vacation is to get one of us who already had our vacation time approved to trade with her. In considering out of the 3 of us whose vacations were approved, I am the only female. Guess who my coworker approached for the trade? She tried explaining, gently at first, that her kids, 6 and 4 years of age apparently, were really looking forward to going to Disneyland and that everything is already booked and if I can give up my vacation spot to her. I told her no, as I too already have my vacation booked. It's a solo vacation, but I'm not about to tell her that, and it doesn't matter if it is, in my book, but we'll come back around to that. She got real pushy and kept on trying to insist I give her my vacation spot, saying that my kids would be so disappointed. I blew up at her after the 4th or 5th time, telling her that her kids being disappointed is none of my business. I didn't exactly keep my voice down, so at least half the office heard, and my coworker turned red and left. One of my coworkers, 25 male, who sat to my side, who had heard the entire conversation, later told me that while he gets where I'm coming from, I could be a lot gentler, and I didn't get how hard
when
mothers
people do
get
that.
it. Am I the asshole?
Can I start?
Yeah, go
Please.
for it.
I've read this story before, so I already have some context.
No.
You know who the asshole is in this story? HR, because they should have done that. don't tell her to handle it on her favorite shifts and do that shit. That's for like restaurants and like fast food places and places where teenagers work, where they text back and forth. Fucking sack up and do your job as HR and tell her that she can't have the vacation.
Yeah.
And so no one's the asshole except for HR in this story.
Well, I think at some point that mom is the asshole as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely,
100%.
for sure.
For trying to play the kids card, because I think that pisses me off a lot in workplaces. Sorry
One
if
of
you
my-
got kids, people, but that is your decision. And just because I didn't decide to have kids doesn't mean my time off is any less important than
And
yours.
you also booked a trip without verifying you had the time off.
You should have gotten insurance on it too.
You should
to get
always
refunds.
you should always make sure that you can get the time off.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's a job like mine where it doesn't fucking matter, you just take your time and go. There's not a window that you have to worry about. There's not these rules of who's going to be there
or whatever.
I just take off and go. I've always had that luxury. Thank fuck. But
it's one of those great methods where I've heard it's called PTO, and that stands for prepare the others because I will not be there.
yeah, because I'm just
letting you know.
I can't
I'm
imagine.
I'm being nice to you and letting you know that I will not be there. I'm letting you get prepared.
I could not imagine coming up to me and asking me that. I'd be like, what? No.
What?
No.
What
No.
kind of question is that?
I've already got my stuff approved. I'm already on vacation. No.
Yeah.
And
Even if it was a staycation. Fuck off.
Even that coworker that overheard it and said you could be gentler because you don't get
Asshole.
how hard it is being a mom,
Asshole.
that guy's an asshole too. Because
Asshole.
I don't give a shit how hard it is to be a mom. Because I didn't choose to be a mom or a dad or any of that. That is something that person did with their life. It is not my responsibility.
And she already knows how hard it is to be a mom. So this shouldn't be a concern.
Yeah.
This whole
I shouldn't have
company,
to suck up.
this whole
Yeah.
company's the asshole. Is this an old story? Is this from like Enron or something?
But
This is 3 months ago.
that's I think the thing that gets me about this is there's a difference from telling facts that make people mad versus talking down to them. If she was like, "You're a stupid bitch," yeah, I'd be like, "Hey, you could have handled that differently."
You could have handled it better.
But when you're just like, "Your kids are not my problem,"
Yes,
okay,
which is
that
100%
100%
true.
a fact.
Your kids are nobody else's problem.
Like, there's a difference between standing up for yourself respectfully and then just being an asshole.
Yeah.
It brings up a mental sentence that I have held in my brain that I use all the time, and it goes like this, and it says,
Mana, dun, 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 dun.
it's your lack of planning does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Yeah.
Which is always true. And that's why if I'm on a plane, and especially if I paid for a specific seat on a plane, I'm not giving you my seat. I don't
Your
care
kid
who
can
you
sit
are.
back there, and you can sit up there, and you'll
If
see them
you
on the
did not
plane
pay
lanes.
for specific seating, like I did, I'm not giving you my seat so you can sit next to your
No.
kid. You should have paid for it.
Or if you last second booked it and had to scatter them about, okay.
You can find
That's
a
your
babysitter
problem.
instead.
Such
It's
is life.
still your
Babysitters
problem.
exist.
Yeah, such is life. Deal with it.
You just are going to have to sit through this flight, not sitting next to your kid.
The only time I'm going to move is if it's more convenient for me.
Right. You better be giving me something real
If you're
good.
giving me a business class seat so you can sit next to your kid, cool.
Yes. Now there
I'm
we
trading
go.
up.
I'll trade
not-
up. Absolutely.
I'm not doing a lateral move unless the seat really is better. Like, I will look and be like, where's it at? No, fuck it.
No, thank you.
You
Even
put your
then,
kid on the row with a wing? Nah, they're going to have to learn how to break that door open if we crash land in the water.
Michael Moore.
That fucking... My God, that
rattled
thunder
the
is
window.
loud.
Jesus. I think that's
So-
our sign.
That's a fun fact, though.
They're like,
If-
fucking
if
end the
you-
show.
If you haven't booked plane tickets before, you don't have to worry. If you book an exit row, no one under the age of 18 can sit in the exit row. So
Which I
you're guaranteed
love.
to not be next to a kid.
Man, I don't want the responsibility of saving your life, so I'll just
Right.
risk the kid.
All right, so Anthony, do you hear the music coming back on?
Yeah, I think I hear the music coming back on. And it's the theme song from The Office. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, hum it a little bit, Jay. Go call our hotline real quick at 405-999-2242 and leave us a voicemail to open next week's episode.
And Beardos, the coffee maker is empty again, so we've got to go. If you would like to help us out, go and subscribe to the podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any sundries that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews will get us found by more listeners like you, and if just each one of you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth. And if each one of you could tell a coworker about our podcast, that would provide some real insight into your mind for them, which just not necessarily a good thing, is what I was getting at.
Joe's coffee pot made me think of how many people just fucking leave a coffee pot that's in
Leave
on
a fucking
burner.
coffee pot
On a burner. It makes me so pissed
On a
off.
burner.
Anyways, guys, go check our socials. I'm posting t-shirts now, so you should be able to see what they look like and tell us which ones you like most. Anyways, check out our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, YouTube, all that shit, Blue Sky. Go check out our website, beardsandsundries.com, buy some merch.
I forgot one.
And email us at beardsandsundries.com, which I think I'm pointing the right way. You'll see right here the barcodes to go do shit.
God, I hope it's in a whole other corner.
I hope it is too.
You're not even on screen.
So, from the three of us beardos here who never microwave salmon at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to
Don't you dare fucking hit reply all and love yourself.
Love yourself and fuck your coworkers. Not literally.
reply.
Bad idea.
yourself.
Don't be the asshole and be the asshole at the same time. Bye.
Bye.
Don't be the asshole. Lick the asshole.
My aunt was like, "You look like you've been doing steroids," and I was like, "I haven't." So I'm going to take that as a compliment.
You should be like, hey, my balls are still huge.
And there's two.
And I got both of them. They're both intact. And she's like, "I don't know why you brought that up. Somebody out there knows why."